The success of 2012's XCOM Enemy Unknown was the proof that old genres don't need dumbing down for new audiences. Here was an age-old series of games split into two potential ways forward. On one side, we had the Bureau XCOM Declassified, a third-person shooter with strategy-light elements and no management, built to be a major reboot for new players. XCOM Enemy Unknown, meanwhile, was a throwback, a turn-based strategy, a game of management and planning in the spirit of the XCOM games of old. One of the best updates to a classic series since Metroid Prime or Ocarina of Time, XCOM Enemy Unknown won out, making a success story of a supposedly dead genre and condemning the idea of XCOM as a shooter to the dustbin of bad ideas. Shedding the subtitle for XCOM 2, Firaxis Games have now won control over the series, but the question is, what will they do with this newfound power? The formula of XCOM has been very much the same since the 1990s. With aliens invading Earth, the player must manage the defense of our blue-green planet, distributing resources, researching technologies, and intercepting alien attacks. Typically, the aliens hide out in the shadows, and XCOM roots them out. However, XCOM 2 aims to reverse that relationship. Set after the failure of the original XCOM project, resulting in a full-scale invasion and occupation of Earth by alien forces, XCOM 2 casts the player as the Resistance. Hiding from the authorities on an Earth ruled by its new alien overlords, they must unseat this dictatorship through covert missions, stealthy attacks, and tactical planning. It's an invigorating change, and one that is sure to bring some new ideas to XCOM's rock-solid formula. It's a change that's instantly felt in the pace and feel of the series' signature turn-based battles. With the player's team of soldiers making the incursion, they get the element of surprise. While the XCOM battles of old were filled with the tension of slowly uncovering the enemy's position, not knowing what monstrosities were out there, the tension of XCOM 2 comes from trying to move into position stealthily before engaging. This fundamentally changes the way battles play out, meaning that abilities like Overwatch, usually used defensively to suppress approaching aliens and cover flanks, now become the ideal tools for setting up deadly crossfires and surprise ambushes. The fear of the unknown is still out there though, as once enemies are alerted, monstrous reinforcements quickly close in, forcing a hasty escape. This hit-and-run approach to XCOM 2's tactics also extend to its planning and base building. Unlike in Enemy Unknown, where the player's bunker was cut into layers and layers of protective bedrock, like a militarized anthill, the base of operations in XCOM 2 is totally mobile. Expect to be moving your base across the map, avoiding detection from the enemy, and fleeing areas where they become too hot. It's an idea that adds an element of tension to XCOM's planning phase and shifts the strategy away from negotiating with governments to give you more cash, and more towards gathering resources from shadier activities. This shadier side of XCOM 2 is what has us excited for the game's release. In keeping with the theme of disrupt and destabilize, Firaxis have added hacking abilities to their new classes of soldiers, as well as missions focused around gathering support with the oppressed populace. However, it will be interesting to see how the developers handle the fact that XCOM is now essentially a terrorist organization. It's a big topic to take on, even in a black and white sci-fi universe like XCOM's, and we are eager to see how it plays out when we finally get a chance to return to the role of Commander in XCOM 2.